Hi everyone, and welcome to Creative Chelsey. If you like this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up or commenting below. If you want to see more of my videos, press the subscribe button and click on the bell for notifications. If you need any Stampin' Up! Products to make these cards, or if you're interested in signing up for Paper Pumpkin, please visit my online store and the link is in the description box below. When you purchase Stampin' Up! Products through me, you can earn free products. Check out my current customer appreciation products on my blog, and the link is listed below in the description. Today, I'd like to share with you some more 3D ideas using the Harvest Haunts Paper Pumpkin Kit from September 2021. Now, these are not my ideas. The turkey and this cute Frankenstein were both ideas given to the subscribers for Paper Pumpkin from Stampin' Up! And today I just wanted to make these along with you so that you can see how I would put these 3D projects together. So let's go ahead and get started. So these are the original 3D treat boxes that you can make with the kit, and they are just super fun. If you'd like to watch me make these or see my other alternative ideas, you can click on the playlist in the top right corner. So I have not already made these, so I'm going to let this just be kind of like a live video. You're going to get both the good and the mistakes along with me as I create. So let's begin with the turkey. So it looks like they have used this light pale papaya color for the turkey. So I'm just going to go ahead and do kind of what I did for the original treat boxes, and that is just to kind of gently bend the cardstock towards the center to get a nice domed look. And then we do need to apply the adhesive. So I just did that. I added the adhesive with the strips that they provided in the kit. And I'm just going to go ahead and attach these to the hexagon on the bottom. So just kind of wrap that around. I'm going to fold the flap in so it all comes together nicely, and then bring that flap right so that it's all together. Now the image shows that one of these hooks is not tucked in, and so we're going to go ahead and just tuck in the others. So we're going to do all the ones without a hook first, and then we'll hook these in like that. And then my guess is we're going to need to use maybe some adhesive to keep the rest of these together along this edge here. So it's the edge that's going to be attached to the folded or linked sections. Okay, so a little adhesive. We'll see if this works. So that's going to kind of get folded up and then attached, and then folded in and attached, just like that. All right, so there will be a little opening right there, but I think that's going to be okay. And then those will just hook together like that. That works for me. So I just added the adhesive on top and then tucked under the hook. Okay, so then we've got this guy right here, and we're going to create a little face for him. Now I wanted to have some little tiny pieces for these faces for both the turkey and the Frankenstein. So I decided to pull out my playful alphabet dies because it kind of gives me those small little circles or lines that I'm looking for. So I'll kind of show you which letters I'm going to use for the turkey. So I've got a piece of pumpkin pie cardstock. I also have some white cardstock, and I have some adhesive sheets because these are small. They're going to be easier to add with adhesive already on them. And then I also have a piece of real red. And these other pieces are for the Frankenstein. So I was thinking for the beak, so I'll give you a close-up. The beak's kind of a triangle shape. So I've got the letter V here, and that's going to go on the paper or the pumpkin pie cardstock. And I only need one of these, so I'm just going to go ahead and trim this down and then put it on, where did that go? My adhesive sheet here. So the way this works are there's two pieces, two layers kind of. So one layer is just your protective paper layer, and then the other you can keep the adhesive on. And I'm just going to go ahead and place that cardstock in that area, and then my V will go like that. Then I've got my white. Go ahead and add the white cardstock to the other side like that. And then I've got a little piece of red, so we'll add that there. And then I'll just trim off this excess. And then that gives me just the right amount of cardstock that I need for these little pieces. Okay. So again, going back to our shapes, we're going to use the V for the triangle. And then I've got kind of this little, I don't know what that's called. I'm going to use a U. So because it kind of comes down and then swoops back up. So that's what I'm going to use the U for. And that's going to go on my red. And I'm only needing that inside part. So the outside part is okay to be a little bit smaller. And then for the eyes, I'm going to use the large B here. So I'm going to actually need to do two of those. And then I'm going to use a little, you know what, I'm going to just use white, and then we'll color it in with a little black marker. Or maybe I just color in on there. So anyway, I've used these two dots here for like colon maybe. Is that what they're called? Anyway, or like the two dots, you know, or periods. There's two dots, so you can use those for eyes. Okay, so I'm going to run those through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I'll be right back. So I've cut those out, and then I've removed the paper backing, and right now they are stickers onto the silicone craft sheet, and that's going to just hold them in place, and I can easily pick them up and use them when I'm ready. So here is the inside of that U. And so what I need to do is just bring it up into a point at the top. So just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to remove the paper backing just because I didn't want to have it be sticky while I was cutting it. And then those adhesive sheets are so nice because it kind of turns them into little stickers. So now we can pull in our treat box and decorate this. Oh, let's actually also cut this here. This is the beak, and we're just going to cut a straight line at the bottom, and that's going to give us that triangle shape for the beak. So let's add that first. So in the middle, a little lower than where the eyes should go. Just like that. And then we're going to add our little, whatever this is called, off to this side. So these really aren't hard to make either, especially if you can find the right dies to use. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. So there's that part. And then for the eyes, you can see here that I've got some little half circles from the B. And these little ones were the top B, and these bigger ones were the bottom. And I like the shape of the bottom ones more. And then I've got my circles, and I'm going to just go ahead and add some black to those circles, just with my Stampin' Write marker. Then I'll pick those up and add them to the bottom of those large B's. Like that. And then I can pick these up and place them on my turkey face. This one should come up just a little bit. There we go. So cute. Okay, so then the last thing we're going to add are some feathers. And so you do need to have an extra pale papaya if you're going to use some of the cardstock from the kit. However, you could also use just some regular cardstock. And I think that I'm going to do that for the pale papaya, but then I am going to pull in this fun pattern for the pumpkin pie feathers. Because we're not using this one, we're going to use, so we're using one for our turkey, and then we're going to use another one for our Frankenstein, and so then I will have this one still available. So I'm going to first create the shape, and then I'll trace it on my pale papaya. So I'm going to begin by just removing this side so that it's all the same shape, and I'm going to keep that flap at the bottom. And then I think here I'm going to just identify the center of the top and then come down from there and create my feather, and then make sure to kind of round it out like that. And then we'll just kind of try to repeat that shape on the other side. Actually, I could probably fold it in half. Maybe that's what I'll do. So I'm going to pull in my paper trimmer, and with my scoring blade, I'm going to try to find the center and score it in half. And then I can repeat that same shape on the other side. Like so. I could have done this probably at the beginning and only had to make one cut too, now that I think about it. Okay, so there is my first feather. And so now I can take this shape and trace it on two, to create two pale papaya feathers. And we'll do the same here. Okay, so there is a little bit of a line, pencil line on this side. So if I want to erase that, I'm just going to use a large eraser and kind of just, I'm going to do it from the top, but pushing it into the side a little bit to remove that color. Then we can cut these out. And I'm going to just try to stay on the inside of this line. Okay, so those two are done. And then I just need two more of this pattern here. And I'm just going to go on the back. I think we'll go ahead and do the same thing where we fold it in half and cut it. So just find the center and score. I'll do the same with these things, these ones here. Okay. And then fold that in half, and then you're just going to create that leaf shape. So starting at the top and cutting around and down. Okay, so there's one, and we'll do another one really quick. So now we're going to add these to our turkey with some of the strips. Okay, so I've put the adhesive on, and now I'm just gonna add these cute little feathers to the back of my turkey. So I got one on the left and one on the right. I want those to kind of be even. And I'm just putting them on this back flap here. And then one in the center, like that. And then I've got my pale papaya that I'm going to add behind those. Now, if you want maybe a little stronger adhesive, you could probably also use like hot glue, would hold these on really nicely too. So I'm just going to pull this open and stick my finger in there to push on that adhesive so it stays. Okay. There we go. Our cute little turkey is all done. What a fun idea. So next, let's go to the Frankenstein idea. So I'm using, again, the Playful Alphabet dies, and I've got some adhesive sheet, again, for this. So I'm going to pull off the smaller section here and add some cardstock to it. So I just need a little piece of, this is Highland Heather, and then some basic gray. And then I can trim it all the way around. And then I do need a little bit of the white, so I'm going to be using that again too. So for the letters I'm using for this one, I'm going to use the T for the two little hammer nail screws. I think that's probably what they are, right there. I'm going to use the straight line is going to be for the mouth, and we'll do that in a minute. So I've got the two little dots for the eyes, and that's going to go on the purple. So I need two of those, and then I'm going to use the inside of this O for the eyes for this one. So I'll need two of those. So I'm going to go run that through, and I'll be right back. All right, so I've gone ahead and cut those out. I decided not to do the T's with adhesive backing because they're kind of sticking out of the box. But I also did an I, two O's, and an E, and I realized that these were actually like zeros that I was cutting the I out of because they're a little bit longer and these are a little bit more circular. So hopefully these will work for my little face. So let's go ahead and begin putting together the treat box. I'm going to start with a black marker, and I'm going to color the top of these flaps in with black, and that's going to give kind of that hair look. So I'm just kind of going to zigzag it all the way down and then just fill it in. Okay, so once that's dry, you're going to curl them just a little bit, just like before. You want to make sure that ink is dry so that you don't smear it everywhere. Whoops, of course, I ripped that. All right. So then I've already added the adhesive, so I'm just going to go around and fold those and add them to the bottom. Okay, so because I ripped that top, I'm just going to place a little adhesive at the top here and that's just going to hold it together. So I'm going to do that one first, and then just kind of adhere the tops to it like that. And then these ones will just hold everything together. Okay, hold on, this isn't sticking. Okay, we're going to add more adhesive again because that came off. Put it up here at the top. Push those in, and then that will just get tucked in underneath. There we go. So those three are all together, and then the other three are tucked in, and this one is adhered underneath those two. So now we can decorate the face. So I'm going to place the little T's. So you see how they look a little bit like the screws? Look, my fingers are all black from the ink. So we're just going to place these on, and I'm just going to fold it down and add a little bit of adhesive. And then do the same to the other side. And then cut that in half and add these to the sides of the treat box. So if this is, let's have this side here be the front. So I'm just going to add this to the side like that, so you can see how it's adhered. And we'll do the same to the other side. That's the front. So it's like one panel away from the front. So here's the front, then there's a panel, and then it's attached to the next one. So like that. You can make them as short or as long as you want. Then let's do the mouth next. So I've got this eye here, and I'm just going to place that at an angle. And then I did the E because there are some different lengths and everything's the same width. So I'm just going to cut off and then add those across that face. So you see how I'm like, so this was the back of the E, and then these are like the parts that come out. And so I'm just cutting those, and that's going to give me some different lengths for this mouth here. And you see how easy it is to use these pieces when there's adhesive sheets on the back. So I'm just going to actually move that a little bit. So like that, super cute. Then I've got my eyes, so I'll pull those in. They're going to go sideways. So we'll put those on. Kind of at different angles. And then I'm going to use my pickup tool, hold on, little sticky stuff, to pick up those circles and put them on the eyes. Like that. Okay. And then I've got these O's. Now these are going to kind of be the eyebrows. That's which I was thinking I would do. So let's see if I can figure out how to do that. So there's a thicker and a thinner part, and I want the thicker part at the top. And I think I'm just going to kind of angle it as I come into that eyebrow. And then kind of do the same as I come out of it. And then maybe just give it a little bit of interest by removing some of it. So some little openings, just kind of like they did in the example. So a little piece out of there, maybe a little piece out of here. Something like that. Let's make them a little bit bigger sections cut out. Okay. I don't know. So I did cut an extra O here, and I'm thinking maybe just do a nice straight normal eyebrow. So we're gonna just kind of do a shallow cut on that. See how that looks. Yeah, I think that's good for me. I'm not gonna worry too much about adding too many little details there. I think the idea of it being Frankenstein is still there. Okay, so kind of add those to the eyes, and that is all done. Okay, so today we have made these 2 extra treat boxes, and I hope you enjoyed watching me create them. If you're interested in getting more information about Paper Pumpkin, please visit the link below to subscribe to get your own kit. If you're interested in getting written instructions or seeing close-up images of this project, you can visit my blog, creativechelsey.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.